Hey, this is Skim.net. My name's Terrell.
My name's Erin, and today we're going to walk you through how we made the front of the Aspis from Athena from Borderlands Pre-Sequel. We're going to do another video where we show you how to do the lights and the spinning blades, the mechanics for the back, but for today we're just going to walk you through how we made the front. Enjoy!
All the materials that we're using in this build are on this first page right here, so if you just stop the video, you can grab all of these. It's just EVA foam, all the epoxies that you would assume. First, you started off with a 2 foot by 2 foot EVA fatigue mat, EVA foam fatigue mat, and we made this special little compass. Compasses at Home Depot cost you like 20 bucks. This cost us about 84 cents. It's a dowel rod with a nail through the middle, and then we just used a tape measure to put the inches on it, and then obviously you just get your calculations. How we got the scale for the shield and everything was we used a program called Image J, just image with a J on the end. It's a free download online. We took images out of Borderlands the Pre-Sequel and loaded them up with UModel and grabbed the meshes. Then we took screenshots of the meshes through UModel, which is also free online, and we set the scale by measuring Aaron here, and then that's how we found out what all of the pieces actual measurement was through ImageJ.
So on this first mat, what we're doing is we drew the circle for the outer ring. The outer ring on Athena's shield has these protrusions. There's 8 of them. So those are actually a separate piece. If you look at the shield from the side, they're raised up. So we cut the ring with those protrusions out as one piece, and then we cut the circle for the shield out for a second piece. So right here what I'm doing is just using all the measurements that he got me through the program and drawing on all those little nubs.
And as you can also see, we not only make our own compasses, we make our own straight edges with boxes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all custom made around here. That's what we believe in.
It's not that we're cheap.
It's not that we're cheap. Yeah. So she's just finishing up the protrusions and getting the last lines and fits right, and then we cut it out with an X-Acto knife. At this point, she's measuring in. The protrusions also go in by about 1/4 of an inch, and now she's going to X-Acto knife out the inner ring. This way we can make the back ring. There'll be a ring on the back, and then this outer ring will sit on top of it, and that's how we'll get kind of the depth feel to the Athena shield.
Yeah, the other thing about the shield is that it's curved, it's concave, and a lot of people don't. If you look at cosplays, a lot of them look flat. What we did, there's the 2 separate pieces. The round one we put in the oven. We put it over a ceramic bowl. Here it's cooling. We put it over a ceramic bowl, put it in the oven for 200 degrees for about 10 minutes, and it just started to kind of slope down, and that's how we ended up getting.
Make sure you also cool it over the bowl as well, or you'll lose the shape.
Yes. One other thing we did that wasn't pictured there, right there, you saw the Dremel. I took a Dremel and went and carved in the little triangles on the nubs of the shield.
Yep, and she also epoxied the outer ring onto the outside of the shield. At this point, we printed the Omega and the scaled size that we came up with the ImageJ, and then we took that, measured it, and then found out how much we needed our inner foam shields to be. So we're going to keep the printed Omega and use that later, and right now we're cutting out the reinforced ring as well as the reinforced plate that's in the middle of the shield. Now this is actually our interpretation of the Athena Aspis, because it's actually flat, but generally things in video games like this, they're trying to flatten them for polygon count so they can actually be more efficient, not use as much data when you're loading up these images. But we interpret it as that's actually a reinforced ring, so we're going to lift it up. So as you can see at this point, she has the Omega out, she's painting it.
Yeah, we decided to go with pink because we chose the Ninja Blush skin, and the Aspis is technically the same color no matter what skin you grab, but I want it to match because it's normally red,
She's
and
a chick.
My costume's going to be mostly pink. So this is acrylic paint. Everything needed 3 coats, so I use an egg carton to mix, especially when I'm mixing my own colors, because as you can see, I'll go down and add, black and white to get different shades of a color. You can close up the egg carton though and save your paint, so that when one coat dries, you can come back and do another coat.
There's several coats on this as well. I think 3 coats altogether.
There's 3 coats on everything.
At this point, she's doing an outer lining of a dark black paint around it, because if you see in Borderlands, they use the cell shading modeling, so you get those bold dark lines. Everywhere there's going to be dark lines around it. This is that inner reinforced ring I was telling you about that we're going to have lifted up with the rivets in it. So she's just painting in a nice kind of a steely white kind of a color.
And right here, again, I'm just going around and getting that bold black outline around everything, and I was using a note card to protect the pink that I'd already painted. And again, you know, several coats on everything.
And what she's going to do now is she has a dinner plate that she puts down, and she measures that to find the inner ring because it just so happened to be the right size. And then she's going to paint in the next ring in. If you look at the Athena shield, there's a darker ring in the center. And then after painting this in, this doesn't have to be that exact. It has to be exact around the pink ring, but on the inner ring, not that exact, because we're going to put that steel or that steely white inner reinforced ring around it, and then do the rivets on it. So right now she's just measuring it and super gluing it together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put the steely ring on the black, and then there's me super gluing the painted. Again, that's just cut out of normal printer paper that I painted.
Omega.
And we're just putting it on there. Connect everything with epoxy, a 2-part 5-minute epoxy. And then again, here I'm just going through and painting more details.
On the protrusions under the white triangles, it's darker there, so she's just painting those in again to get that bold
Humphrey's helping me, always. So here's what we got once I was satisfied with the painting. The next step I did, if you look at the Aspis, it has some very recognizable damage and shading marks. So I went through, and here I'm marking them with a pencil first. All the dark lines so that I could get a nice straight line rather than using paint. I just used a black Sharpie. And that...
Just as good as painting.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make that comment. Sharpie's not cheating. It's the best way of doing it. Right now we're using finishing tacks for furniture that we actually see in one of our furniture upholstery videos. Same thing, she just painted them the same steely white and then used a Sharpie around the outside to make it look like it has that cell shaded look. And then we're basically putting them in, applying epoxy to the tack side, and then holding them down until they dry.
So this was a finishing touch that we added. I'd never used this before. I was really satisfied with some aspects of it. It's an epoxy resin glaze. It's actually used to finish the top of bars. So
if you go to a hardware store, just ask for like a bar top finish or varnish, and they'll show you this.
It's a very, very heavy layer of varnish. And this is really good for craft foam like this because it makes it so much more damage resistant. It's a very, very heavy coat. It added some weight to the shield. It added some firmness to the shield. One thing I didn't like, though, was that it added a lot of shine to the shield. But it hardens up enough that you're able to sand it down. Use a 150 grit or higher sandpaper. We used 150. I sanded it down just enough to take the shine out of it and then re-spray painted it with a matte finish spray paint. And there was our finished product.
Looks great if you ask me.
I like it. Thanks for watching skim.net. We hope you learned something. Leave any comments or suggestions below, and if you decide to go and try the build, go ahead and share your pictures with us. We'd love to see. Stay tuned. Our next videos, we're going to show you how to do the spinning blades and the mechanics for the lights that go behind the shield.
Also, you can subscribe to the channel below, as well as you can find us at theskim.net. Also, all of our social networks are linked below, so you can follow us on there to keep updated with our next builds. Thanks for watching. This is theskim.net.
Video where we actually show you how to do the splitting.
Damn.
That was close.
Oh. Come on, girl.
I'm so glad we're getting this on video.
It's like a slug.
Athena from Borderlands Pre-Sequel. We're gonna... Honey...
I'll have to do whatever I want on the side. Keep going.
No, I'm not gonna have you fucking tonguing my Aspis.
That's good on its own. Stop tonguing my Aspis.